All set? Okay. Okay, first of all, thank you so much for coming. This morning, Jyotiji told me a small story, a small 2-minute story. He asked me, and he told me a story. Okay, so this morning, Jyotiji just told me a small incident or a small story where the bottom line is, I'm not going to repeat the story, the bottom line was that there is no free lunch. That's what was the, yes, Jyotiji? There is no free lunch. So he was just telling me this is the general idea. I said, yes, today's lunch is also not free. Yes, your each and every minute counts, and you are giving us more than almost an hour of your time to listen to us. There is nothing free. It's cost you. You are giving us a time. We really appreciate it. So don't think that we are doing the lunch free. It is not free. You have already paid for it. So I really appreciate you for that. Yes, we did. Okay. So the topic, the reason we chose this is in the news media, wherever it is you see nowadays, maybe intentionally, maybe unintentionally, maybe some people for their own benefits, what is going on is for their own personal benefits, they are trying to disturb the fabric of unity and brotherhood which is there amongst us. And it's not any particular political party or any particular thing. It's everyone who does this. No matter who is in the business, they just have to run this business. They do it. So we just want to take this opportunity and throw some light on it so that we don't get carried away by this media, because media is something that bombards us 24/7. We are in front of it. And earlier it was restricted to just the TV, but now we have the TV in our hand. So the media is continuously with us. So we thought that maybe we'll take some time and try to throw some light on it. Now, it is usually believed that religion and the scriptures, these are the one which are the causes of the ills in the society. This is what is believed. They say that religion causes bloodshed, or the scriptures causes war. Remember, it is not the religion or the scripture that is responsible for the ills of the society. It is the misinterpretation of the religion and the scriptures that causes the ills of the society. If the religion is the pure source, if it is a true religion, it will be the source of peace. It will not cause ills, it will cure the ills. I'll just give you an example. You see, when Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he was on a mission to deliver a message, and once it was clear that the mission is about to be complete, like the way our mission is about to be complete now, he was given enough indication that your time is up. You're going to come back now. So he gave a final sermon. He gave a final sermon where he highlighted many things. But one thing that I would like to highlight from his final sermon is, he said that don't just think that since I am from the Arabs have a superiority over non-Arabs, or vice versa, or no white has a superiority over black, and vice versa. So what he was trying to say that there is no racism. We are all children of one parent. There is no distinction between us except for one thing, and that is piety, good deeds, righteousness. That is the only one thing that can decide this person is better than this. Apart from that, gender, religion, whatever it is, your caste, system, your authority, doesn't matter in front of your Creator. It's only the good deeds and the righteousness that will make you higher than your peers. Nothing else. That's what he said in his last sermon. Now, there is a video that is being circulated here of the sister. How many of you seen it? How many of you seen it? None of you? Okay, you see, that's not a video. That's a photo. I don't want to show the video. That's not the topic. And none of you have seen it? That's surprising. I thought at least some of them. Maybe. Never mind. That video is not important. Now, this sister, for whatever reason, whether it is her ignorance or her intention, she has tried to I would say insult or give inflammatory statements about a particular community, community or a religion, and she went on rampage describing each and every act of those community Muslims to terrorists and to all the ills of the society. Anyway, I don't have a problem with that. Everybody has a freedom of speech. The problem is she extended each and everything in her ignorance without realizing that her speech or her words are causing so damage that People were so happy with this word, she was felicitated after that talk. She was really felicitated in front of that, which is like putting salt on your wound. But the good thing about that, since I am trying to be a trainer, I always look at the positive things. She did a very good job. In her speech, she said that everybody should read the biography of the Prophet. Everybody should study the Quran. And everybody should learn the Arabic language, which I totally agree with her. I would have not got the courage to say that, but she did that. But she failed to realize that she is shooting in her foot. See, if people take it seriously, all these three things, they will realize the true message that is being passed by the Quran, the true biography of the Prophet, and the power of the Arabic language. Then they will be out of the business. She cannot speak the rubbish that he's speaking if people get aware. But they don't realize in their zeal to throw the mud on others, they just keep on saying this. Even though her own religion, if you say the most highly elevated books in Hinduism is Vedas, right? Rig Ved, Sam Ved, Athar Ved, right? Yajur Ved. Yajur Ved in the chapter number 10 and 191 says that your spirit, your unity should be resolved. Your spirit should be one, and you should dwell in unity and concord. That's the Rig Ved for them. I mean, you are supposed to follow this. We are supposed to follow this. This is supposed to be the highest standard. But she's just ignoring that and creating all these things. But anyway, we are really thankful to this sister who said all these things. And these are the three things that she advised which we should follow. Now, as far as the brotherhood is concerned, it's the same as the trainer that we are told. You need to transform yourself first before you can transform others. So it starts with us. You see, Achhe Din will not come with any political party. Doesn't matter who is ruling it, whether the current or the anybody else. Achhe Din can only come when we transform. It's up to the people. The government cannot do this, no matter who is ruling it. So it has to start from us. We need to start treating others as our brothers and sisters. We need to start hoping or liking for them that we like for ourselves, right? Unless and until we do that, we are not doing the right thing. See, if I change, my family will change. I'm the part of my family will change. And what is society? A group of families. If the families change, the society will change. What is a city? A city is a group of society. If the societies change, the city will be a better place. And what's the country? It's made up of cities. So if the cities are getting better, our country will be better. And world is nothing but a group of countries. If countries are good, the whole world becomes a place of peace. Everybody lives in harmony. But they fail to realize that it starts with us. It is us that we should start with. We should stop blaming or stop raising fingers at others. We should need to start looking at ourselves. Even if you look at the Bible, it says that, behold, how good and pleasant it is if we dwell in unity. Psalm chapter number 133. The same thing is said by all the religions, but we fail to forget. We always look at others, we always blame others. We fail that if we change, everything changes. Achhe Din can only come if we change. Nobody can guarantee you Achhe Din. Now, the smallest creature that God has created that we can see, of course there are microorganisms that I know that, which you can see with microscope, but one of the smallest creature that is being created is ant. But before I go to the ant, let me tell you a small divergent here. The brotherhood that we have in this is, if I am having a full food, I am sleeping with a full stomach, and my neighbor is hungry, that is not brotherhood. We just restricting ourselves. I am having nice dishes, I am fully content, and I know that if you stay in society, most of the people at the same level, they might not be hungry. But you can imagine a watchman of your society. Has he eaten? If I can care that, if I can share with him my concern that if he is sleeping hungry and I am sleeping content, no way brotherhood can be established. I am not thinking for him what I am thinking for myself, because I won't be sleeping hungry. I will be doing something to get the food for me, for my family. I mean, unless and until I have that realization that my watchman, my society watchman, or if I'm living in a low-level neighborhood, my neighbor, has he eaten? Is the family content? Yes? I mean, I'm having a full roof. Do they have proper roof? So those are the things that will make us start this brotherhood from ourselves. You see, when the Prophet was kicked out of his own city, Makkah, because of his preaching of this religion. He, his family, all these people were kicked out. They all shifted to Medina, which is a nearby city. But then how do you accommodate this thing? Same thing that is going on nowadays, crisis of refugees. How do you solve this? He just did one thing. He said that those who are all well-to-do in Medina, local people, just each one of us take one family and share it. All the people who were well-to-do, they took up each family and shared their resources with them. If they had 2 houses, they gave 1 house. If they had whatever they had, they took one family and the problem was solved. That's the brotherhood. That's what we need to do. Now, I'm not saying that, okay, start taking family and throw your family out, but this is just an example. You don't need to take in family. You can build a house for them if you can. If you can build a small house for them, or just 1-room kitchen or a shanty, whatever it is, instead of they staying in a cardboard box, if they get a well house, if you are able to. If you are not, that God knows it. But if you are able to, at least build something for them. We are living in a 2-apartment, 2-bedroom house in an air conditioner. They don't even have a wall. In the rainy season, you can see it. In the winter season, you can feel it. So if you can do that, that's what the brotherhood amounts for. Prophet Muhammad was, in 1978, there was a book written by author Michael Hart. He came up, he studied the history, he came up with this, the most influential persons in the history from the time has started till 1978. Who are the most influential? He had a list of 100 people. The topmost was the Prophet Muhammad. Even though he himself is not a Muslim, Michael Hart, but he saw something. He said that he has said many things. You can read the book. But one thing he said was he is the leader who is the leader in secular as well as religious front. He was a very capable leader in both the fronts. He could balance this properly, secular and religious. That's why he named it as the topmost. Now, what is the foundation of brotherhood? You might ask, what's the foundation? It's the love. Love is the foundation of the brotherhood. Today's environment, we don't get along with our own brother, whom with we are sharing our mother. Own blood, we don't get along. Minor petty issues, stop talking. No communication, fighting over inheritance, all this stuff. What is this all about? We are not going to take anything when we die. So what are we fighting for? Pick up the phone, say sorry. You don't get, your level is not reduced by saying sorry. Pick up and, if we cannot be brother with our own blood brother, how do we expect you to show the brotherhood with the other person who is not even with our same religion? No, no way possible. That's only lip service. If we are saying that I'm practicing brotherhood, and the problem with your own family is you don't get along with that. So we need to start with that, right? The brotherhood. Now, many times you see that in the media, you see that it's blamed that, yes, I know there are black sheep in every community. I'm not saying that every community has black sheep. And there are some ignorant persons who do this. But every time something untoward incident happens, it's always like a particular community has done it. In Islam, a human life is valued so much that Quran says that if you kill one human being out of the 4 billion, 5 billion people, it's like you have wiped off the complete humanity. That's the amount of sin you get on your head. If you kill one innocent human being. And similarly, if you save one human life, it's like you have saved the whole humanity. Those are the words in the Quran. You can go and check it. So how can such a community people do such act? And those who are doing it, they don't know their religion. They are not of that particular community. Not only humans, there is a lady who is not of very good character. But once she is passing by a well, a dog is panting due to thirst, about to die. But he cannot drink because the water is too down in the well. She goes down the well, takes the water in her shoe, makes the dog drink the water. Just that act of her entitled her to the paradise. Similarly, there was another lady who tied a cat in her room and starved that cat to the death. Didn't give water, no food. She was condemned to hell for that just one act. So not only human, even the animals are taken care. Even the animals needs to be respected. That's what is being taught. So if a religion teaches you that level of thing to the animal, what about the human beings? No way, you can't do that. And those who are doing, they have to pay for it. They will really pay for it, but that's not the religion that they are practicing, right? Now, the thing that I was telling you quickly is about the ant. Have you observed the ant? Many a times, if you have people go back to the village or even in the city, you can see in the kitchen. You see, this is a very good animal to learn lessons from. It's a small creature, but very powerful lessons, teaching of unity on them. When it finds its breadcrumb, a small sweet lying on the desk of kitchen counter. You see, put a camera or sit there if you have a patience. An ant will come, notice that there is something sweet, there is something beneficial. It doesn't take it, it will go back. Why? It goes and tells to other fellows that there is something which is good for us. We humans, when we find something good, we need it first. Did somebody see it? No, take it before somebody notices. This is the exactly opposite. We are humans. We need to learn this from them. It goes there, it tells his community there is something good, let's go and get it. They all come. And you know when they are walking, notice them, they take the exact same path. Why? Because that has been tried and tested by the other ants. So they know there is no danger there. They trust their people blindly because they know they will not deceive it. And then they communicate, if you see, they talk, they say something. There is a mutual understanding between them. There is a story in Quran where there was a prophet named Sulaiman. In English they call it Solomon. In Bible you see Solomon. He was given the ability to understand and hear the language of the animals and the birds. So once his army is passing by and an ant sees it. What does the ant do? It immediately shouts to its people, don't come outside of the burrows, stay inside, Sulaiman's army is coming. Sulaiman hears this and understands this, he takes his army from other side. But look at the concern. We humans, what do you say? That's not my problem. What do I have to do? I don't go to that road. There's a stone, big stone there. No, I don't take, I take this road. No, that's not my business, that's his business. Am I taken the contract for everybody's good line? No, that's the attitude. What did this ant do? It could just go inside, but it warned others. That's something we need to learn from it. Now, this ant, when it looks at that breadcrumb, do one thing. Keep the breadcrumb, let the ant come, go back to call all its people, pick up the breadcrumb and take it away, throw it away. All the ants will come. This is tested. I'm not speaking from my desires. This is tested and seen. All the ants will come and look for that breadcrumb. Now they are wondering, where is gone? All of them start looking at where? That ant which gave the message. They will encircle that ant and kill it. I'm not propagating that we all do that, but what the lesson we are learning here is there is no room for dishonesty. There is no room for lying. There is no room for deception. Absolutely no. We trust you blindly. You keep our faith in you. If you deceive us, this is what is going to happen. Now this sounds like a harsh punishment, but this is what maintains their unity. Sometimes the situation demands this and we need to have this. Today, when we stand at signal, you see people, they look at the red light, green light, police, camera, nothing is there, boom. Why? Because they fear the policeman in the camera, not the one who is watching. From the day when we start worrying about the individual who is constantly watching, we will stop doing all these things. We will not do it. Parents, they see if the kids, they say, parents, they are asleep. Okay, switch on the cartoon, switch on the movie. Oh, she's coming. They will help each other. Why? Because they fear their parent. They don't fear the God. If they fear the God, they will never do this. And if they do this, they will be open enough. Yes, I did it. I'm sorry. I'll not do it. But the upbringing that we give our kids, the father tells, hey, tell uncle, I'm not there. You're there. No, just tell him. Tell him I'm sleeping. The kid learns this. And then he also does the same thing. You're not practicing what you're saying. So we need to be aware of this, right? So you look at the ant, there are so much things to be learned from it. Look at the mountain. What is the basic element of the mountain is made up of? I'm giving you a signal that the time is almost up. What is the basic element a mountain is made up of? At the basic. Dust particle. They come together. All the dust particles when they come together. But when we look at the mountain, what do we get? It's a force to be reckoned with. But all the dust particles have come together and created this structure. We don't even think of moving it or touching it. That's the unity we need to learn from the mountain. Look at the garden rose. If you have a rose, that gives you a smile on your face if there's a rose. Imagine there is a garden of rose. Will that give you more smile, more happiness? Right? That's the unity. If you have all these roses together, the unity, when we are together, that's what it creates, right? When there is a patch of grass here and there, we don't like it. We just get rid of it. Either remove those patches. But when there is a complete lawn of grass, it gives a serenity. It looks so nice. So when we are together, we can create this greenery. We can create the family. We can create the nation only when we are together. But all the elements of the nature understand the unity. Man is the last one to understand this. I don't know why. But all the elements of the nature understand the power of unity. Only you and me are the last one to understand it. Hope God gives us that guidance that we understand this. Right? Finally, last slide. I'm going to wrap up. Look at this. These are two seas meeting together. Right? One is the salt water, another is the sweet water. They don't mix. They have a barrier. They don't mix. They have a barrier. Now look at this. One is green, the other is blue. At the bottom of it, the sea, what is the sea made up of? Drop of water. All the drops have come together and made this sea. And you are fearful of it. Why? Because they are together. If I have a single drop, it can evaporate. That's what you and me are. If we are not united, forces which want us to divide, they will pluck us out and throw us out. But if we are united, nobody can touch us like the sea. The sea, one is red, one is bluish, one is greenish. One is sweet, the other is salt. Right? There are differences. Still they are united. There are lots of differences in this. One has other kind of fish, a sweet water fish. They are different, but they are united. So what we learn from this is, for to be united, you don't have to be the same. You don't have to be identical. You don't need to be thinking the same. You don't need to be dressing the same. You don't need to be liking the same. You can eat your own food. The other person can eat other food. Payal doesn't like that leather things. I respect her. But somebody else like that, I respect him also. That's their perspective. Many people are vegetarian here. I respect them. You don't have to eat non-veg. If you are able to live with the vegetarian, very good. It's very good for you. So what this teach is to remain together. You don't have to think alike. You can have your own opinions, but still be united, right? And the advantage here is that you can benefit from both the seas. You can fish from the salt water as well as fresh water. You can eat it. If you put little bit of effort, you can get the fish. But you need to put the effort. There's a saying in Sanskrit. It says, Uddhaman hi siddhyanti karyanini manorthe. That's a Sanskrit. Uddhaman hi siddhyanti karyanini manorthe. Which means, if you want to achieve a target, you need to put the efforts. Without effort, you don't get anything. So if you put the effort in that sea, if you put little bit effort, you can get the fish. If you are ready to take the risk and go deep, you can even get the pearls. It depends upon your effort in unity. If you put a lot of effort, you can go deep and even get the pearl. But if you put little bit effort, still you get the fish. Finally, if we want the world to be seen as something, a source of peace, our houses need to be at peace. Unless our houses are at peace, the world cannot be at peace. And for our houses to be at peace, we need to be peace with ourselves and our Creator. Unless and until we do this, it is very difficult to have peace in this world. So I hope I was able to convey this little bit message that be united, don't be divided. God bless you all. Thank you so much. With that, I invite Farhan to speak for next 15 minutes, and then we can break for the lunch, inshallah. Thank you so much for your patience.